So hi everyone, how you all doing? This is Gigi TV, Gigi TV, Nigerian Gigi TV. So how's everyone keeping? Anyway, today we're going to be talking about our men, the men, and just going to encourage men. I'm going to say first of all to men that the strength of any man or most men is from their wife. So one of the places where I always say to men to invest on is on their wife, be it on their education, be it on their businesses, be it on their continuous learning, continuous development, and be it on their appearance. Invest on your wife. Now let's go back to where we're supposed to start from. Story time. Tum tum, tum tum, tum tum. So are you subscribed to my channel? If you're not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe to my channel. On YouTube, I am called Nigerian Gigi TV. On Facebook and IG, I am called Gigi TV. Gigi TV. So how you all doing? How's everyone keeping? I hope you're all keeping well. The Bible says that the man will leave the family and the woman will leave the family and the two of them will become one. Why it becomes so difficult for me sometimes is how a man would leave his family, everything behind, marry a woman, and yet you're maltreating the woman. Why? Why did you marry the woman in the first instance? Why? What would have led you to marry her? You said you loved her. You said you'll take care of her. Till death do you part. In sickness on the head, in riches and in poverty. Whatever it is, you swore that oath. You were the one that even went to the family's house and took her hands in marriage. So why all of a sudden you become a monster in the house, in the marriage, when one of your greatest investment is your wife? So that's just by the way, but that's not why we're here. So let's talk about investment and wife. I always say that your strength as a man is your wife. Even the Bible said when we were created by God, He says He's going to make woman to support man, to support men. The thing is, if you listen to your wife, if you talk with your wife, if you communicate well with your wife, you will do very well in all that you're doing. You are meant to be the front runner of the things. It's just like a movie. When you see a very good movie, right, there's always people behind, the directors, the writers, the creative director, everything. The same way, you are the one who they see, the head of the family. You are the one who maybe you become the president of the country tomorrow, the prime minister or whatever. But behind closed door, there is a woman. That's why the saying goes that behind every great man, there's a great woman. There's a pillar of a great woman standing behind. So what I'm saying, why should you invest on your wife? You should everything. Remember that your wife is a part of you. So your investment on your wife is basically you investing on yourself. So the growth of your wife is also the growth of yourself and the growth of your family and the growth of your children. So you see, every time you invest on her, everything she does will be also a blessing to you, to your family, and to everything. Your wife may, before she got married, probably she just had sometimes maybe first degree, maybe not first degree, and then maybe when you got married, she wants to go to do her masters and everything. Some men, they just talk their wife out of it. Why? If she can do it, if you know she can do, why talk her out of it? Why not encourage her? You should even be the one encouraging her, telling her to learn more. But if you don't see anything, if you feel there's other things that you need her to do as opposed to going back to school, then it's your time to explain to her what she needs to do, what she should be doing as opposed to going back to school. That's why I said in every marriage communication is key. Communication, understanding, and kindness. Any marriage without kindness, communication, and understanding, there's always going to be a problem. There's always going to be issue. There's always going to be a problem. But when the communication is there, when the understanding is there, and there's kindness from both sides, the marriage is a bliss. So, also, besides going to school, it's not all the women, every woman that wants to go back to school. There are some that want to start up a business. Some men will just talk their wife out of it, or blah blah blah. They try to bring the woman down, or the woman is asking you for a certain amount because she's already calculated what she wants, and then you give her a fraction of what she's asked for. Sometimes that fraction can start it up and do, but it will never go far. she will always be struggling. The business will never grow as much as it is supposed to grow. And then when the business is struggling, you'll be the first one to say, did I not give you money the other day? Did I not give you money the other day? Did I not do this? Did I not do that? Well, if you gave her the right amount that you were supposed to give to her, perhaps she'll be scoring higher and higher and higher and higher. For example, your wife tells you she wants to start a provision store, or she wants to start selling fabrics in the market, and she tells you, oh, for the provision store, she tells you she'll be needing a kiosk, and then the provisions inside. Then you start telling, I can only give you money for drinks, so start from inside the house. They should be coming and knocking on the door to buy it. I cannot get you a kiosk. And then when she sells, when people come to the house and knock, first of all, you're the first to complain that why are they always knocking on that gate and disturbing you. If she had a kiosk inside, there'll be difference between your main house and the kiosk. And also, if she had a kiosk, she will have all sorts. Just give her that basic initial money, and from there she will grow. And some people say they want to open it, they want to sell fabrics in the market, and the husband will say, must you start selling all these lace? Why don't you start with Ankara? She'll say, okay, no problem. Let me start with Ankara. You say, no. Why start with Ankara? Ankara is even too expensive. Why not start with what's that thing called that they used to line clothes? They just come up with all kind of excuses and everything. And the thing is, the money is in the bank. Money in bank is not an investment. Money in bank has never been an investment. Money in hand to do business is what they call investment. Do you know sometimes some women, when they have good business, when something happens in the family, it's that business that stands to take care of everybody in the family. So why will you say you love her? You say she's your wife. Why will you not invest on her? Why will you not think and say, you know what, let me just, we have this money, instead of this money to just be in the bank, why let me just set up this kiosk for her. Let me just set up this Ankara business for her. Let me just set up this other business for her. Let me just set up all the other business for her. I mean, they said, when the two of you are working together, you are bringing your money, she's bringing her money, things will be going very, very well. I'm not saying that businesses that you pour money into don't fail, that women don't fail in such businesses. But all I'm saying is that when you start giving them fractions, or you don't invest on their education, you don't want them to go back to school, because if they go back to school, that means that their career is going to score higher. Or if they want to do business, that means that they're going to bring in more money into the house, and you're saying, no, don't go back to school, don't do this, don't do that. What you do to your wife, you're doing it to yourself, because they said two becomes one. If you cheat your wife, you're cheating yourself. So every time you uplift your wife, you're uplifting yourself and your home. And your wife, just like you as the husband, you're the crown of your wife. So is she. She is to you as you are to her. Even the Bible tells us that take care of your wives. Wives, take care of their husbands. Also to women, if your husband is not in position to send you to school, back to school, understand where he's coming from. If your husband is also not in position to open the shop for you, understand where he's coming from. Be patient with what he's given to you, what he can afford to you. I'm only speaking to those men who can afford it, but are not willing to do it. So for those of you who your husband is just, starting life, starting things, be patient. Hold on to God. Pray for your husband. A good man, when he's doing well, will show in his wife. And your prayer is what your husband needs to be lifted up at all times. Stay blessed. I said it's going to be a short video. Did I say that? No, I didn't remember if I said it, but it's a short one. So just to the men, build your wife, and to the women, be encouraged and also be understanding and be patient. God bless you all. Have a blessed day all. Thank you.